Yes. Can you hear me now? Okay.
You can mute. You can mute. National anthem.
Okay.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved home, land of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the price is that for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom and in our years. Our precious women, both day and night, singing always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Sunshine everywhere, we brave your unity. From guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom. We must pursue higher than mountain. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
Thank you. Thank you, Biafran people. Thank you, lovers of freedom. And thank you, enemies of Biafra. And thank you, those that have been contracted to come into Biafra land to die by the sword. Thank you, Biafran people who have stood their ground to this very day. We bring you warm greetings from the Biafran Republic Government in Exile, Media, Information and Communications Department. We salute all of you. We bring you greetings from our Prime Minister. We bring you greetings from the Cabinet of the government. We salute Biafrans that are back home who have felt and faced the brunt of one Nigeria for years, who are still standing their ground to make sure that every enactment of the government in exile is carried out in order to showcase the steadfastness of the Biafran people and their readiness to exit the contraption called one Nigeria. We salute you all. Yesterday was a sit at home, and you did another remarkable one. And the Biafra Liberation Army, we salute all of you for standing your ground, defending motherland, and killing every terrorist that are coming to rape our women and children on a daily basis. Yesterday, the terrorists came with their Tucano jet, and we fired them, and they ran away. They chickened out. And more of the terrorists were brought down. That is why you now saw some of them trying to come to plead and to sing in the street of Biafra land in propaganda and in blackmail and pleading and telling you, do not be a Biafran again inside your Biafra land. It is the high days of it all that you have ever seen since 1966. So we salute Biafrans and we salute our Prime Minister, the man of the moment, the Obato Obie, the great finisher, the Agune Chamber One of Biafra land, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, the Ipoki of our time, the Perimaristic Perima of our time that has perimarized every moron, the Itiade Kondo of Biafra, the stone that the builders rejected, that has become the chief cornerstone, destroying all the enemies of Biafra. We thank God for giving you to Biafran people to stand and to defend Biafra at this very time. We salute you. Without you, the thousands of dead bodies of women, children, and men in the far north and middle belt and in Lagos states would have been happening in Biafra land. But with your steadfastness and you standing in, Biafra land is no go area for the terrorists, and that is why the Zoo Army are crying that the firepower of the Biafra Liberation Army is crushing them and destroying them day and night. And we want this to continue because we will not stop our armed struggle. We will not put the arms down until Biafra is declared, restored, defended to the very last day. This is not time for negotiations. When we were begging you people to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, listen to us and talk to us, you took us for nothing. So that time have come and gone. And this is time that you get fire for killing Biafrans to keep one Nigeria as one. Remember that this is not 1966. This is 2024, and you must see different things coming to be. I salute all of you, Biafrans, and those joining us, and to our Ambazonian brothers and sisters on the other end. We salute you and every lovers of Biafra. I welcome Obiagili, Obi Chikako. I salute you from my end. Say hi to Biafrans. Unmute yourself.
Hi, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to this wonderful episode. And make sure you hit the like button and share it, make it viral, and encourage everybody to share it and vote. Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Obi, for joining me today. Thank you. Thank you. And I must commend your good work. 247, you're on the media and you're doing the needful. You're keeping the pace on to enlighten the Biafran people. I salute your good work in the media. Please keep it up and do not relent, because Chukwu is strengthening us all. The gallant men and women of the Biafran Defense Forces are in the bushes doing their work, while we here in exile have a lot of work to do in making sure we gather all the logistics and the funds to channel to them back home, so that Biafra land can be more defended than ever. So we thank the Biafran people who have been donating to make sure the waters of Biafra is not dry. For you to win a war, you must have a lot and more sophistication of your weaponry. Stand by. That the Biafran people have done by making sure they contribute immensely to their liberation. I must commend every Biafran who is contributing their liberation tax, partaking in every donation that we do, making sure that we have money to fund the liberation. When we've toured to countries, when Prime Minister toured to countries and visit states and nations, we are there to make sure we invite Biafrans of the needful of them to reach out and to support their liberation, because where they are is no safe haven. They can be thrown out of that place any day. They cannot attain their potentials where they are. They cannot achieve their dreams where they are. And they cannot tell themselves that they are 100% secure where they are, because it is another man's land. With another man's land and with another man's document, you can be taken off that document anytime. And what they will say is, repatriate him or her back to where he is or she is originally from. But they cannot repatriate an indigene of that country. So you don't have 100% rights in another man's land. You may have some few rights to social amenities and social life and social welfare. But when it comes to that inalienable right, which is enshrined in your very hand as a citizen of your own country, you will not have it in another man's country. So there is need for everyone to key in our funds raising and the Biafra Liberation Task, which is a mandate to all Biafra. Now, there is something you need to understand about this very liberation now, that this very Prime Minister that you see beside me in the portrait that you see there is the Prime Minister and is in charge of. This is a new government that does not take shit. If you're meandering anyhow, you're out of the way. If you're there to cause confusion, you're out of the way. The Biafran database system is coming out, and the educational part of it was done. And when you listen to the educational part of it, you heard things like there are going to be 3 different species of ID cards. One will be different from the other one with conditions and reasons. Another will be different from the other one. You ask, why is my own ID card different from this one? And why is the color? And why is it also not the same with this other person? It is because there are specimens of ID card that entails that you have been contributing to this liberation while we are fighting like this. Because in South Korea and also in Kuwait and many other countries, people stood their ground to fight for their freedom, while others ran away and others were seated on the fence, and others were just waiting and asking, just as we are saying today, when will this their Biafra come? Let me just wait. When they finish, I'll come and join. So those that did not partake in their freedom cannot today have full citizens' right in their countries. I'm talking of South Korea, and I'm talking of Kuwait and many other countries. So you will see this playing out in your ID cards that will be having different specimens. At the end of the day, you ask, why is your own different? It is because you refuse to contribute to your liberation. It is because you did not belong to IPOB. You did not contribute even $1. You did not want to know what is happening. You just want to be focused with your work. You want to be focused with the money that you're making where you are. You want to move all your family from one Nigeria down to UK, America, and Europe just to have a better life, and then you forget about the homeland. You don't want to have a name of a place that you call your own ancestral land that you can go back to tomorrow. You decided that your children will forget about their heritage and their history and their identity, that they will now acclaim to be Americans, they will acclaim to be Europeans, they will acclaim to be British. And if they ask them, where is your root? They will say, I don't know. I grew up to see my father in UK, in America, and in Europe, and this is where we are, so I am a European, I am American. But they will tell you, no, you are not originally from here. Because they will say, ask you that your father came all the way from some part in West Africa, that you need to know your root. So what we are saying is that you don't need to forget yourself where you are, thinking that you are in a safe heaven and you are very comfortable. That very Europe, that very UK, that very America that you are, that India, that China, that Korea, that Kuwait, that Japan, that Spain, that Italia that you see, that Brazil, people fought for those countries to stand and gain their freedom. And today you are there to see work, you're there to enjoy social welfare, you're there to partake in every developmental structure that they have put in place. Did all those things come down from heaven? No. People had to sacrifice their lives, they fought in cold blood. Someone must die for there to be another life. If Jesus Christ did not die, all of you will not have the remissions of sins as the Bible tells. So he had to die so that your lives can also have security. So these are the things you need to understand. When you have all this in mind, you will understand the importance of being part of this freedom. Obi, Chicago, please say something from here, and I will be back in some.
Okay. Wonderful Biafrans and lovers of freedom, the Ambazonians, the freedom fighters all over the world. Welcome, and make sure you share this. You have seen it all. Before you listen to me, please, anywhere you are watching from, I want you to write hashtag free Biafra. One word, no space. Hashtag free Biafra. In another line, the second comment, hashtag stop Hamas in Nigeria. One word, no space in between. Hashtag stop Hamas in Nigeria. These are the people killing the indigenous people in Biafra land, in Nigeria. If you want it to go viral, you must make it hashtag free Biafra. One word, no space. Another one in another line of your comment. Hashtag stop Hamas in Nigeria. One word, no space in between. As my topic is on TikTok and even here. Before the information minister comes back, you must know that these terrorists have come to buy everybody. Give them water, give them wine, give them a blood sucker. A blood-thirsty demon is a blood sucker. He doesn't drink anything except blood. We must chase them away. Save your lives. Defend yourselves. Defending yourselves is your right, Biafrans, Nigerians, for people who want to be a United States of Yoruba or United States of Hausa. We are United States of Biafrans. We have 40 United States of Biafrans. We have over 80 million Biafrans all over the world. In Biafra land, We have more than 60 million of them there. So we must defend our land. Kudos to our Biafra Liberation Army, the volunteer soldiers, the people sitting at home. Kudos to you all. You are my strength. You are our Prime Minister's strength. You are our strength. You are the reason we are still talking. Just imagine we don't have Biafra Liberation Army. How will our territory be by now? Just imagine we don't have our Prime Minister, Odogumiri Nariugu. Just imagine we don't have people back home, sitting at home, in solidarity of our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who they have kidnapped and renditioned back to Nigeria, who is in DSS dungeon for almost 3 years, who they are killing gradually, softly. Look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, you know, many years ago. Look at the picture you are seeing today. If that is not touching you, remember, for people shouting for one Nigeria under the comment section, if Nigeria happened to you, you will quarrel by force. If Hamas your family. If what is happening in Plateau, in Benue, in Biafra land, happened to your village, own village, where 500 people will be massacred in 1 minute, what will you say? Remember, you must vote for your freedom. Freedom is free, do by me, you, yourself, me, all of us. The countries you are eyeing today, you want to apply for their visa, they fought for their freedom. The Israelite you are calling, the US you are calling, you didn't fight for them. So fight your fight. That's why I am doing my own thing. I am telling the world, my colleagues, my friends, my neighbors who are in America, here in Chicago, so that they know what is going back home. What have you done, you that is living in Europe, Asia, America, Canada, anywhere you are residing today? You are enjoying the freedom of other countries, but you don't want to give your freedom, give freedom to the people back home. Welcome back, Information Minister.
Thank you, Obi, for that submission. I appreciate your work, and let me use this opportunity to appreciate all ministers of the Gospel of Biafra. By then, I mean every Biafran that is in the media doing one thing or another: broadcasting, publishing, writing, documenting, sharing, hitting the like button, and posting everything that we do. It is very, very imperative for every Biafran to be on Twitter, because that is where all the international criminals are. All the international criminals. United Nations is a terrorist group. They sponsored the terrorists in Israel that went to go and kill the people in Israel. The terrorists of Hamas, United Nations sponsored them. Documentations are there. The evidences are there. It is the same United Nations that in 2022 went to Nigeria and advocated for the reintegration of the same terrorist sect of Hamas that are in Nigeria to be reintegrated back into the communities. These are the same terrorists that have done what? Have just massacred people of over 500, over 200, over 300, over 50, over 200, over 30, over 40 on daily and weekly and monthly basis. But United Nations Secretary Antonio Guterres was in Nigeria after he walked past and saw the skeletal bodies of dead babies, children, women, and men. The least he could do was to carry pen and paper and then open his stinky mouth and said that he endorsed and advocate for the reintegration of these same terrorists back into the society so that they will come and finish the unfinished part of the massacre and slaughter which they had started on the people in that community. So when the terrorists killed you before, and then they say they lock them up because they'll tell you don't kill the terrorists. But they will tell you that you should kill Biafrans. But they tell you don't kill the terrorists, but kill Biafrans, because Biafrans are fighting To do what? To get their own free nation. So they don't want you to have your own free nation, but they want you all to die in the hands of the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists. So the terrorists, they will only pamper them and put them, give them preferential treatment, give them hospital, send them to school, send them to even come back and become the Inspector General of Police of one Nigeria, and even the President of one Nigeria, and even the custom marshals. While you, as a rightful citizen of Zoogeria, you cannot have your hands on any position that is good. In the last dispensation of the president, all the service chiefs and every principal positions were to the Fulani. You had Chief of Army Fulani, Chief of Army Fulani, Chief of Defense Fulani, Air Force Fulani, NPC Fulani, Maritime Industry ECOWAS Fulani, everything, Nimasa Fulani, everything in one Nigeria was all about Fulani, Fulani, Fulani. And as we speak to you, all the defense schools, like the Naval School is in the north. The Air Force is in the north. Defense Academy is in the north. The Police Academy, everything must be in the north so that they can be able to control and cognite when they want to and do whatever they want to do. So Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary, is also an accomplished. So United Nations is an accomplice in the genocide that is ongoing in the entire world. So they aid and abet the Islamic jihadist terrorists. So this is the reason why you as a Biafran must support your own freedom. You don't have to wait for these criminals. So being in Twitter is very, very important because this is where we meet all these criminals, tag them and post and reshare everything that the Prime Minister is doing and all the government officials of BRGIE are posting on Twitter. Like Martin Ambikano shouted since 2020, since 2015, that every Biafran should go over to Twitter and have a Twitter account. I know since that time till now, many of you are not on Twitter and you don't even want to go to Twitter. When we talk like this, it enter this side and go out from this side. But you will be carrying phone to call somebody and ask what is going on in IPOB, what is going on in Biafra, what is Simon Ekpa saying? Is Simon Ekpa still fighting for freedom? Is Biafra still alive? But we are telling you, go to Twitter. That is the official page. That is where he makes all the official announcements. That is where you get every information on Twitter. It's not on TikTok. It's not on Facebook. It's not on YouTube. These are places that they have sold off the integrity of freedom of speech. In all these other social media handles that I've just called name now, if you post anything now that has to do with gory images of showing the reality on filtered images or videos of the slaughter and genocide and massacre that happens in one Nigeria, they will block you. But if you come to Twitter, you will put it pop and play and then you will see it. You will understand it very well. You get the information straight away. Elon Musk have done well by not shutting down freedom of speech because the media, international media that is in the hands of the Western world has already been bastardized. So Elon Musk have come to revamp that small freedom of expression and speech so that you will hear what is happening and hear it in the real time. Do you all remember when Twitter was not in the hands of Elon Musk before? The former people that had Twitter before, they were not allowing people to put what they are supposed to put on Twitter because the West were controlling them and bought them over. But since Elon Musk came, he gave freedom of speech for people to say it and let the world hear and know everything that is happening. So all Biafrans, if you are not on Twitter, it means you're not actually following up the liberation of Biafra, because that is where every announcement is done by the Prime Minister. So to this very end, what you can see on the top of this screen says Biafra Safe Referendum, early e-voting. The United States of Biafra is still on the voting process. This started on the 1st of February 2024. So you visit the website www.biafrarepublic.gov.org to cast your vote, you just click the vote button. You see the button, the vote button, you click it, and then you cast your vote. If you have any issues casting your vote, contact the media team. There are some numbers that have been stipulated out there as help numbers. We'll forward them to you. You message your information, and then they will help you out with any issues that you have. It is very imperative that every Biafran cast their vote. The families and friends also partake in this very vote. Remember very well that during the fraudulent 2023 elections, which we warned all of you not to partake, but you saw my prime minister, the good guy, as the bad guy. But today you can understand that he was actually the good guy, because the dangers of what he tried to stop from coming to you, which you ignored him, you all are actually facing that thing now. And you're crying and gnashing your teeth each and every day. So every Biafran need to go and cast their vote for Biafra. During the 2023 fraudulent elections, we heard that over 24 million Biafrans were accredited to vote. And when it was time, some of their names were scrapped off from the system, and then we saw at the end of the day that only 4 million casted votes. So where are the remaining ones? That over 20 million. We need them. That number is going to show up in this self-referendum voting and going forward and above. We want to tell the world that the Biafrans that abandoned the pole of one Nigeria fraudulent nonsense was because they went back to go and wait for Biafra and to vote for this very freedom. Because something must have happened that all of them decided to go back. Or what happened that their names disappeared in the system. So those Biafrans are going to show the world that they rejected one Nigeria in totality to speak Biafra and to vote for Biafra. So if you're a Biafran, make use of this opportunity while the sun shines. Look for the black goat in the daytime. Don't go looking for the black goat at night when everywhere is dark and you can't see anything from far. I salute all Biafrans, and on this very note, we go down to the next agenda on our table. You see, with the hunger strike of one Nigeria, you need to understand first and foremost where the hunger strike is coming from. The hunger strike of one Nigeria is coming from the tenacity and the formidability of the Biafran Republic government in exile. It's coming from the Prime Minister. Yes, let me use my Prime Minister so that all of you will understand. Do you remember when it was time for elections? It was only the Prime Minister's name of the Biafran Republic government in exile that was making the rounds. They called all international communities that they should kidnap him and bring him down to Nigeria the same way they did to Nnamdi Kanu. The IG of police made international call. He called Russia. He called Europe. He called Germany. The Laya Mohammed of One Nigeria also did same. He called all the international communities. He called America, called UK. He called Europe, called ECOWAS, called EU. The defense chief did same. And then the army chief did same. I can remember another one, Garoba Adamu, that one that speaks from both sides of his mouth, that said Boko Haram is the freedom fighters of the North. He also called Russia that they should bring Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, back because he's stopping them from carrying out their democratic right, which they said is the voting of 2023. You all kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu and brought him. And we told you we are going to make sure the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu becomes useless.
Did you forget the One Nigeria affiliate petition writers?
Oh, I don't forget them. I'm coming to them. Because those ones are in-house problems. Those in-house problems are another issue that somebody cannot forget. They place total of $650 bounty on the head of our prime minister. They did it simultaneously. First was 50, later 100, later whether 400 and something, and then when you total the money, it was over 600 and something $1,000. They say you must bring the head of Simon Ekpa because he's stopping 2023 elections. These are many in our own lands. And the elders and the pastors and bishops of our lands, the senators and ministers, and everything that answers One Nigeria are stooges and enablers in Biafra land. They sit at home, they said was not working anything. But yet they cry of the degradation of one Nigeria due to the constant observance of the sit-at-home. Sit-at-home that they said they lose so much money on daily basis. Before, they were telling us that it is we only in the southeast that are feeling the sit-at-home ripple effect. That is only us that will suffer it. But today, the result is showing up in the far north, in the far west, in the Oduduwa land, and in the middle belt. Today, you can now understand the power of the sit-at-home. You can now understand that one Nigeria is crashing from top to bottom because of the constant, continuous sit-at-home that is happening every Monday, and whenever the Prime Minister declares 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, the economy of one Nigeria is dying gradually, and they don't understand. They thought that we are going to enter the road and then carry gun and start shooting and say, there, we are at war. No. When you're dealing with one Nigeria, since you have known how nomadic and evil and monstrous they are, you have to use a very long spoon. And then you have to activate number 6 and number 9 up here. So Prime Minister activated number 6 and number 9. And then we touched the offer of Biafra, and then it is working. All of you said sit-at-home was not working before. It will not work. It is only affecting the East. Until the senators started crying in the National Assembly. All the ones from the East and the South, they started crying. The Northerners will come enter. Northerners, their own might even be worse because they are crying of sit-at-home, ripple effect in the North, and they are also crying of the Fulani terrorists invading them and killing their people. Because as they thought they can pamper and harbor the terrorists to keep them and to now groom them, to now deploy them to Biafra land to come and kill Biafrans. Today, what you were grooming, what you breed, has become the monster that is consuming you. So what we do now is that we open the front for you. Your flanks now will be opened up in the far north. While you are coming into Biafra land to kill Biafrans and to rape and to massacre, by the time we finish with the few of you that have come into Biafra land, who will now remain that will be going back to go and check their homeland? The terrorists that you yourself created and brought from the Sahel have taken hold of everything that you have. It is happening. So when you see one Nigeria crying of the hunger strike today, it is nothing like hardship coming from any other place. It is the ripple effect of the sit-at-home of the Biafran people from the East. They said, we don't have anything now. They say we are landlocked. They say we are dot in the circle. The dot now that is inside the circle is dotting you. It's dotting you. As the dot is dotting you, you are crying now. I thought people said you produce yam, produce beans, produce food from the north and the middle belt. So if you stop the food supply to the east, the easterners will die. You people implemented Ruga so that you will use it as a means of jihad to come into Biafra land. Start making sure you curtail the existence of farm products that Biafrans that are supposed to go into the farm to cultivate their crops and then prepare their food in time will now not have any avenue or possibility of cultivation of any crops. So that when you finish their food stocks inside the farms and in the bushes, they will now be left with coming back to beg you for food. That is what God has turned back to the Nigerian bromary now. That is what is happening now in the far north, middle belt, and in the west. Because why? When you people were planning this template, God told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and set up ESN. He set up ESN to cut all of your tails and legs out of the bushes. That ESN stood their ground until you people kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and sold him out. And then the Prime Minister came, sustained that ESN until an army of Biafra was unveiled. And now we have an army with legitimacy to fight and to restore a nation. Today now, you are seeing the ripple effect of the sit-at-home and the steadfastness of the security that we had set up in 2020 by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You now understand the power of the Biafra Liberation Army now that was unveiled in October 2023. Because without the existence and the presence of this army, the same way you are crying and protesting in the far north and looking for grains to eat, that is what would have been happening in the east. But in the east now, Biafra land, it is the happiest place to be. It is where we are laughing and chopping kwabi, while all of you are crying and weeping and wailing there. You will continue to wail. You will, because one Nigeria is on a time bomb, is on a suicidal slide. It will soon explode. And as soon as it explodes, we press the right button for Biafra. We are just waiting. Any side that the thing is turning you people to. As Fulani is on the other side, pushing you people like this. You know what Fulani is doing now? Pushing, 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 pushing from this side. Then Biafra Liberation Army is doing you now. Pushing, 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 pushing from this other side. So you people will now come and clash in the middle. Back up. We crush. When we do like that now, hey, all of you are finished. You people, that is what DOS were doing to our supreme leader. They push our supreme leader and pushing, 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 and go one side. That one will try to make one decision. They come from the other side, pushing, 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 come this side. Until our prime minister come and then stood in the middle and started dividing the goods from the top.
Woto!
So we are watching the hunger strike of one Nigeria. The best people that can laugh now and smile is the Biafran people. So while people are crying and yelling and lamenting, remember that the cause of this your hunger strike is the tenacious nature of the sit-at-home of the Biafran people. That is where we started by crippling your economy. We cripple your economy, and then that your economy now is nothing to write home about. That your economy now is that when you carry $1, you're now equating it to 2,000. $1, you're equating $1 to 2,000 naira, 1,800, 1,900, 1,600. It will get to 5,000. It will get to 4,000 naira for $1.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. It will get to 4,000 and 5,000 before we declare Biafra. And we will declare Biafra and restore it, and we'll still be watching you people and doing nto, nye, meh. You see? Kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was very sweet to you people now. All of you were doing video from Arise TV, Channels Television, NTA, Al Jazeera, CNN, every television you did to destroy and to jeopardize the existence of Biafra. You say, oh, they have kidnapped the head. The tail will scatter. The body will tear apart. Everything will be in disarray. You forgot that this very man that you kidnapped was actually talking for the existence of every man in one Nigeria. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of today that you kidnap and put in detention, he was actually doing what the January 15, 1966 coup leaders did in Nigeria. Their role was to see that they stopped the jihad that was about to consume everybody in Nigeria. It was not a coup for the Igbos, it was not a coup for the Easterners or the Northerners or the Southerners. No, it was a coup to stop the Islamic jihad that was to consume everybody in Nigeria. Then now, in this dispensation, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was telling all of you in one Nigeria, he told you specifically, you people in the north, and said, they will rape your mothers, they will cut off heads of babies, they will destroy your children, they will take over your lands, they will set your homes ablaze, and they will send you to IDP camps. They will marry off your women and children, they will take them forcefully as wives and slaves, and you will all go back to reassemble in the IDP camps. Did you listen to him? No. You said he is Igbo man. You said this Nnamdi that I know, this Nnamdi that I schooled together. Just like some of you will say, this Simon Ekpa that we used to soak Gary together.
They
So
call our leader warmonger.
okay, thank you. Today, warmonger now. Who is warmongering you? Today, Fulani terrorist is warmongering you now. Fulani terrorists is wobonging all of you today now. So what you do will sit back and wait for you. So it is to this end that we have successfully crippled the economy of one Nigeria with the template that we had and with the first objective that we had, which was make the kidnapping of women get useless, make sure we strangulate their economy, bring it from top to bottom, so that when they send 1 naira, it now becomes money that you need to carry with Ghana must go. It is happening today. Go and change $1,000 now. You will use Ghana must go to carry the money in naira. $1,000. So you need Ghana must go to carry the money in naira. Just $1,000. We'll be saying one note. Now you could use the waka. But you go need one Ghana must go to take carry. So having seen the power of the city at home, the consistency of the Biafran people through the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekbag, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra Army and the Biafra Defense Forces, having seen this and understood with every template that the government of this Prime Minister has put in place, it is of great importance for us to destroy an unworkable system of government that is existing and taking the lives of people. Then create a workable system. What we are doing is to delegitimize. We destroy what is not working, and then we bring in something that will be useful. That is why we have destroyed the naira. And then we now launch the Biafran coin. The Biafran coin is coming to serve all of you, so that even you, as one Nigerianist, you will trade on Biafran coin. You will transact on Biafran coin. You can change that your coin that they have frozen in Binance. Nigerian government froze Binance. Why? Because they see that it is through the Binance that all of you are being able to send money to your families and friends and to help your families out in one way or another. So they are looking for a way of crippling you and putting you in a pauper condition. Pauper, so that you come back and be begging for food. You see what is happening in the Far North? As they are breaking warehouses to carry just a sachet of Indomie, a bag of rice. This is the Nigeria that these Fulani people want you to be and to have, so that you will be coming to beg for food. That is why they have scrapped Binance now, so that you will not be able to do anything and to have a way out. Forex, they are blocking Forex so that youths that are able to trade in Forex will not be able to trade and then make ends meet. But they are funding the Fulani Islamic jihadist terrorists. America is sending money to them. UK is sending money to them to fund them and to buy more arms and weapons and everything that they need, so that they can be using it to kill and to maim and to carry out the Islamic jihad on a daily basis. So you, as a Biafran and someone that have come to understand that Nigeria is unworkable, and that even if you wait for the next president to be imputed there for the next 100 years, that your next generations, you will not see them because they will end up killing them off. What you need to do is to embrace Biafra now. Embrace the Biafran coin, which has been launched. The Biafran coin has been unveiled to do what? To take care of the necessity of Biafrans now. And it will also save you as one Nigerianist. Yes, because it is going to be in the crypto market. So you can subscribe to it and then make use of the coin and sell and buy and trade and do anything that you want to do at your own disposal. It is not restricted to only Biafrans. You see, when we provide solutions and when we profess solutions, we do something that will also benefit you. The one Nigerian terrorist is that they will only do something that will benefit the dignity of what? Islamic jihad. That was what they told you when they came for the 2023 elections. They said this Muslim ticket has nothing to do with development, innovations, building schools, industries, or opening anything that is good to open your mind and for you to learn something. No, they said it is only targeted at restoring the dignity of Islamic jihad. They said the Muslim ticket is meaning to them as jihad, holy war, a tool that they will use to fight and to massacre and conquer and to kill all of you, so that Islamic jihad will prevail. But you know what? God knows what he's doing and why he allows many things to happen. He allowed Jakaban to enter in there for them, and when he entered, he now decided to play the Agbero pattern of drug lord. So now, they are now holding Agbero pattern and holding the Agbero Oga on the neck and say, this is not what we agreed. You agreed that when you enter, you will sign paper for the Islamic jihadist conquest to start immediately. So why are you now removing all the northern elite in the positions of power? If you check the list of Jagaban now, just 5% appointees are from the Fulanis. So now there the fight starts. Agbero Jagaban decided to put his own people first because when Buhari was there, Buhari was also putting 95% of Fulani because they had a template for jihad. So now that Jagaban has entered, Jagaban now is replacing them with his own people first. Now there, everything begin to spark for these Islamic jihadist people for brain. Say, no, Jagaban, don't betray us. Jagaban, don't betray us. This is not what we plan. So let the fire continue to burn. Let the hardship continue to burn in one Nigeria because it is working for our own good. Whatever they are doing, let them do. We have unveiled Biafran coin, and very soon you will see it in the crypto market and you will make use of it. That is the news that you need to carry to every Biafran and to every media personnel. You have to make the entire world understand the importance of this Biafran coin to the Biafran people and to any one Nigerian that is ready to make use of this Biafran coin as a necessity at this very time to substitute the dying effect of the Naira nonsense Brumeri currency, which is useless. Naira nonsense Brumeri currency has become very useless. That the only thing that can substitute and to help you out is the Biafran coin. We do like this. We destroy the existing government that is useless, then we create something and profess solutions to you that is useful and meaningful to the society. That is what the Biafran government is doing. We also want you to understand that the protests in the hunger strike in one Nigeria has led to the point that they now kidnap a 12-year-old child and then they exchange the child for bags of rice. They are using bags of rice to exchange a child. Are you listening to us? The hunger strike is getting to the point that cannibalism is going to come in. All of you that hated Biafrans, all of you that fought against Biafrans, all of you that are against the Biafran people, you are going to see Nto, meh. When I go soon begin they chop the people where una they carry go exchange for rice. Now go they chop them as food. It go happen. While Biafrans will be doing Nto, meh. We are looking at all of you and we are watching the game. So let the game continue. Make una enjoy the game. Because when people kidnap Masinam, all of you were singing and enjoying and dancing. The news was making the rounds on all the televisions of one Nigeria. When they were even addressing the press, they were addressing the press in Fude to tell them that we have kidnapped the boy. Oh, this boy that we wanted, we have kidnapped him. It was our mandate as the Fulanis to make sure we do it. We have done it, so we are now informing you people in their own language. That is why when they brought Gowon, the Mburumiri that led the genocide of Biafran people, to speak, they said, you must speak in Hausa. He said, this is a coup against me in the media. Now I can't remember I said it is a coup. When he was leading coup against the Biafran people, he did not remember. When he killed the Biafran people, killed millions of children with starvation, with blockade of all kinds, from air, land, and sea, headed by Britain. They did not remember what coup is all about. This is the United States of Biafra Media, and we are here to give you the needful. Key into our Prime Minister's State of the Union address today, as he unveils a lot of things that has been done, a lot of acts that has been voted upon and adopted by the Biafran people, as he unveils what you have not even heard before. Do not miss the State of the Union address of the Prime Minister of the Indigenous People of Biafra. It's happening on the Twitter official page. It's happening on YouTube. It's happening on Facebook. It happens everywhere. You can link us up. Please stay tuned and stay connected and be imbibed with what we are doing. We also want to make you understand that the war we are fighting is the war that you may not understand. They have not declared this war openly before now. It has been a systematic war for years, and we've been fighting it systematically. But we tell you in 2023 and 2024, the Biafran Liberation Army that was unveiled in October, Helsinki 2023, is actually fighting a wider war in space. So you may not understand, but if you are very close to the ground, and if your ears are very close to the wall, you will understand the rhythms of the music. So continue to support the Biafran Defense Forces. The website is open to you at your own disposal. We saw a video of the Nigerian Burumini Army in one Nigeria coming down to Biafra land in Osu, and they were crying and begging Biafrans to deny IPOB. IPOB, for those that may not understand, means the indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra. That is why we cannot deny our identity, because we are all Biafrans. We are indigenous people of Biafra. It's just like you say indigenous people of Fulani. So that is IPOF, indigenous people of Fulani. So if you now come and say IPOF, indigenous people of Fulani, don't be Fulani again. That shows that you are demented, that you have dementia in your brain. So for you now to come to Biafra land and tell us IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, don't answer that you are a Biafran again. No, it sounds very foolish. So this was a video that One Nigeria did, Nigerian Army. Mind you, the Chief of Defense of One Nigeria, Musa Christopher, had already cried on international media, telling the entire world that the Biafra Defense Forces, headed by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is already killing them and destroying them. And that they have taken over the airspace, taken over the road, taken over everywhere, that they cannot come in and kill the women and children and babies of Biafra as they used to do. And so at this very time, he was crying after then America sent them mercenaries. The mercenaries that came, and every Islamic country that sent their jihadist terrorists to come in, they all buy in Biafra land, and they will continue to buy. So the video you saw them make now, they came out to tell Biafrans that, oh, Biafrans should not accept to be Biafrans again. They should accept to be one Nigeria. And they were saying, one Nigeria, be one Nigeria, be one Nigeria, inside Biafra land. This is the highest level of stupidity that you can see in broad daylight. First, it is for you to understand that they have been defeated. Before they come out to come and start begging Biafrans and say, we need peace, we need peace. This is a call for peace. This is a call for peace. We are telling them that we have already given them peace. And the peace that we give them is the peace in our own dimension, which is inside the war front. The only peace you make with terrorists is to pieces the terrorists. When you pieces the terrorists, that is the best of peace. So we are making the best of peace with the terrorists in the war front, and we are piecing them. So as we pieces them, that is the best of peace that we are doing to them. So what you saw was a cry of a dying horse, a cry of a baby that is already dying, a cry of a crocodile who is trying to come to intimidate and to cajole people into believing that, oh, all is well, I am the good guy now as one Nigerian terrorist army. Oh, your Biafra is evil. My Biafra can never be evil in my own land. So this is my own land, Biafra, the name is Biafra, so my Biafra can never be evil. If my Biafra is evil, who kidnapped my leader, Biafra, and put inside detention? International kidnappers. Do you understand what it means to be an international kidnapper? That is why international kidnappers, as One Nigeria are, cannot pick or arrest or kill the national or internal kidnappers in One Nigeria. Because you know you have international kidnapper and national kidnappers and internal kidnappers. So Nigerian government is international kidnappers because they do international kidnapping of Umar Odiko. They do international kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They do international kidnapping of everyone that they can do. They were about to do international kidnapping of Sunday Igboho, but they could not succeed because those ones did not have too much sabo. And so they opened their mouth in time and everybody heard about it and they started protesting against it. And because we have too many sabo that loves money and freedom and loves fame and love name and love position of politics to lick the wounds of Fulani terrorists, that is why our own international kidnapping that they carried on us was possible. And if they did not also carry the international kidnapping on our supreme leader, their economy would not die today. Biafra will not go as far as where it is today. We will not have our army unveiled at this time. We will not have all our template unveiled at this time. We will not have our constituted government of the BRGIE constituted at this time. We will not be engaging international community diplomatically for them to understand what is actually going on. The template of Biafra will not be here. So just like God allowed Chakaban to become their president with their rigging, and then today now he's showing the Fulani Shege why they are saying this is not what they agreed before they allow him to enter there, that he has turned the agreement and he's putting all his people there and removing all the Fulanis. The same way it is that they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is destroying one Nigeria. So this will continue as we are applying very hard to make sure that we cut off the tails, the wings, and the legs, and the head and the hands of one Nigeria, so that it will get to a point that everything has degenerated, and all of you will be crying and be begging and say, where is Biafra? Please, let Biafra go, because this is where the whole problem started. And we are not sitting down to fold our arms to wait for that to happen. No. This very dispensation of Biafrans are not the one that wait for miracles to happen. They make the miracles to happen. We don't wait for miracles to happen by proxy. No, we make the miracles to happen. And that is the miracles that we have done since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Miracle of sit at home has resulted in crippling the economy of one Nigeria. The oil firms and oil farms are going down in flames, and we will continue. The legitimization of the existence of one Nigerian presence in Biafra land will continue, and in no distance time, you will see what will happen to the state government house. You will see what will happen to the secretariat. You see what will happen to all the barracks and the police stations and the civil defense unit. If you have any of your brothers and sisters in those places, start calling them to come back. Anyone that is still in the army and is a Biafran, your own, you are just a sacrificial lamb. Just like Ironsi sacrificed many Biafran soldiers for one Nigeria in 66 and 67. That is what you are today, sacrificing your stupidity for one Nigeria. Because as far as you are still serving in one Nigerian army, under the emblem and the logo of Uthman and Fodio on that Nigerian army, encrypted in Arabic, you are fighting against the children of Chukwuka Biama. You are fighting against the babies and women and children of the Oduduwa land, and that of the Hausa land, and that of the Middle Belt, and that of the Biafra land. You are fighting for Uthman and Fodio conquest. You are fighting for jihad to come to be. So whatever happens to you is none of our business. So Biafran people, disregard the video of Nigerian army that were dancing in Osu and playing music and begging for peace. It is evident for you to understand that Biafra Liberation Army have defeated them to the point that they now have to start looking for propaganda. Yes. In the name of we are looking for peace, we are making peace. We're making which peace? And you're saying IPOB, Biafra is evil. Biafra is evil, and then you are standing in the soul of Biafra, and then we are evil. Okay? But there's one thing you need to understand in this very Biafra of our own time, that the media is very important. Make use of the media to share the message and the liberation of Biafran people. Touch every doors and let the message continue. See, at this very time, every propaganda that is done against the Biafran people, positively or negatively, will work for Biafran people. You know why? Because That video that they made was to showcase that this has never happened before, and an army that has existed for over 60-something years of a country are now coming to inside Biafra land to beg an army that was unveiled in Helsinki in October 2023. How many years is the army of Biafra? Is it up to 9 months? Calculate for me. From Helsinki, October 2023 to February 2024. Is it up to 5 months? Nigerian army that has existed, the federal military government of one Nigeria had existed from 1900 under the British Empire, before they now gave them their forceful amalgamation in 1914, before they now came and gave them their independence nonsense in 1960. Bring them all together. Tell me how many years the federal military government of one Nigeria has existed. These are the people that have existed for years. But an army that just volunteered themselves to exist and defend motherland in Helsinki 2023 of October are the army that these people are coming to the road to cry and beg that this army have defeated them. So this is another win-win for the Biafran people. When I say the propaganda works positively for the Biafran people, negatively, it still works for the Biafran people. This is what I'm saying, because this is the media dispensation. You are owning up to tell the world that Biafra has already won the war. And that is why you're coming to the street to come and beg, to tell the people of Biafra, oh, Biafra, you people you are wicked. Biafra, you people are wicked. Disallow your Biafra. Abandon your Biafra. Come and stand with me, one Nigeria, so that I will continue to kill you. Is it done? Para música. It's not done anywhere now. This is one thing you need to understand. So I wish to appreciate the Biafran people and to also remind you that every propaganda will continue to work for the Biafran people. I thank you all at this very point. I thank you, Ada Biafra from Chicago. And at this very point, I will say thank you for joining me in the studio. And I want you to take over from here. You may end the podcast when you're done, while I have to attend to other things. So Biafran people, airborne, remember to hook up to the Prime Minister State of the Union address and every announcement coming from the Prime Minister. I thank you all. Ada Biafra, thank you so much. Love you all.
Love you too, Information Minister. Hey, Biafrans all over the world, keep sharing, keep liking it, keep doing the needful, keep voting. It is our vote, our sit at home, our tenacity, our consistency that have made everything you see today to happen. It is because of your voting for Biafra referendum, because of your sit at home, because of your support of our Biafra Liberation Army, because of our visiting the website of our gallant men, buying granite for the guys, supporting the volunteer soldiers. That is why we are almost in Biafra land. Welcome to Biafra as we all enter Biafra. Make sure you help your brothers and sisters. If you have two, give one to your brother. If you have two, give one to your brothers. Don't eat alone. As the Fulani, as the one Nigeria people are singing and crying, lamenting, we are enjoying. Hallelujah. As they are crying, lamenting, as he depend them, it is sweet us. It is not magic. They have paid us enough. Defending our lives is our right. They have humiliated us enough. You have seen it with the past election. You have witnessed it before the war. Since they created Nigeria till today, you have seen it. It is happening. It is not hidden. How they slaughtered and humiliated and raped our women. How they oh my goodness. And they told you it was just 3 million innocent children. Who counted it? Who counted it? I ask you. It is not 3 million. Before Nigeria terrorist government will open their mouth, or their Eliza British will tell you anything. Double it times 3, even if not times 5. At least double it times 2 to know the actual amount. When they said they paid how many people in Benue, in Plateau, in Izombe, in Hamufu, in Aba Fulani market, did you hear anything after that? No. Go and double it times 2. This Hamas is there to Hamas all of you. When you are joining this, when you are sharing it, share it with #FreeBiafra. Share it with another comment. #StopHamas now. One word, no space in between. We must free Biafrans. We must free ourselves from these people. We must support our Biafra Liberation Army. Remember our website, www.ipobnusa.org/donate. Go there and buy granite for these gallant men. Go there and support the volunteer soldiers who already turned down 50,000 naira from jihadist terrorists of Fulani to go and defend your land for free. Volunteer, no salary. Just buy granite for these gallant men. Okike Abiama will bless you. It is not by your handkerchief or your anointing oil or your or your itenzunanya or your by your pastor. Even prelate paid 100 million naira to get released from Boko Haram. And he confessed, he told you in a video that there are Fulani people, Boko Haram. You must know that before Gowon will come out from his shell to be telling you that, hey, no, this is like a coup. Please, I don't want to speak Hausa. He has seen what is coming. He has seen that Biafrans have known everything they have been planning and what they've been doing. And remember what Ojukwu told him, that these Biafrans you have been killing unprovoked. The whole state in Nigeria will witness what Biafra witnessed during the war. Turn by turn, Nigeria PLC. It is happening today. Gowon is packing his brothers and sisters' pieces by the same people he supported in massacring Biafrans. You that is still singing Nigeria singer, you that is still hating Biafrans, you that is still hating the Igbos in Lagos, in anywhere, shouting one Nigeria, you that is still thinking that we are your problems. We are not your problems. Hello? Yes, we are not your problems. Tell me, Fulani man who have built in your own village, but you will see Biafrans everywhere building, filling with 50 million naira and building mansions. Those terrorists you are supporting, those Hamas, you don't know when they entered Nigeria, do you? It was only when they show you on national television that you know. You don't know when they entered. Did they tell you? These British people you see in Nnamdi Kanu court today, do you know when they entered? They only told you that they want to start practicing in Nigeria, as if you don't have court of law in Nigeria. My brothers and sisters, and a word is enough for a wise. I can't speak more than the information minister. You better wake up now. Vote. If you need the link for voting, inbox me. Inbox him. Inbox Van, inbox the media people you see showing their faces. Don't go inbox anybody that you don't know. Don't go click any link you don't know. You know, we don't like our video to be much, so that you can share it to all WhatsApp group, so that people back home will be hearing our voices, because since they terminated our Prime Minister YouTube and Facebook and all, people don't even get information. So I am urging you, yes, you, share it everywhere, from TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you're watching this program. Share it, everybody. If you want to make Biafra, free Biafra go viral, hashtag free Biafra, one word. With that sign, one word. Another one, hashtag stop Hamas, one word. You must make it one word, no space in between. Biafra will be restored. Just do what we are telling you. Trust the process. Don't ask too much questions. Our Prime Minister, Bo Otokanadu, the media team, the bridge government is number one. You have never seen this kind of thing in Africa. This is number one and the best of all. And Biafra will be restored in just hold on. Don't panic. Don't fear. Stop being scared of these people. They are more scared of you than you are scared of them. If they can come to the market yesterday to be dancing, what does that mean? Have they danced in Boronu? Have they danced in Meduguri? Have they danced in Abuja? They are scared. They are scared. That's why you see them in Biafra land. What are they doing in Biafra land? Were they in Boronu when the Boko Haram started? Did you see them dancing in Boronu with the loudspeaker? Have you seen such before? Biafrans are giving them WOTOWOTO promise. Biafrans, don't give up.
Pilot and Wabako academic Italy.
Don't give up. You want to contribute?
Yeah.
Okay, they are hearing you. Go ahead.
Go
ahead before I
ahead.
Go ahead.
Biafra.
Go ahead. They are
Yes,
hearing
we have been running 360 degrees from the clockwise for Biafra. In a nutshell, I want our people to understand that one that follow, in the sense that the Biafran Impeccable Liberation Army, in the connivance with the strikers, the Marines, have wonderful. That's why they were saying in a Kyoto of the market of Oso local government, which is called Oso area or county, mesmerizing themselves, dancing, begging unscrupulously. That's what they were doing. And for your information, those people were not Nigerian armies. We, with our new meter, saw that they were all these Zama group. These people that, instead of them to follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of Biafra, they follow money. They don't know that if you follow money, you become Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot was the one that betrayed his master, according to the Bible. And when he realized, he hung himself. That is what those people really replicates. Where is that Nigerian army or military that will be dancing a willow inside the market? Just watch them figuratively. You will see that those are not the Nigerian army. It is Nzama people, practically speaking. It is Nzama people, practically speaking, because they say instead of an effort to bring Biafra, they will destroy everything. But you have seen that they have destroyed themselves. Yes. Freedom fight has nothing to do with tribalism. It has nothing to do with what you call the acumen of personal hatred, which is exhibited by the personal non-gratas. But it has to do with the unity of purpose. I want Biafran people to continue eulogizing the impeccable Biafran Liberation Army. They have done it wonderful. It's the beginning of my intervention this evening. And I want you to stand tall. There is a battalion that is called Standing Tall Readiness Battalion. I want every Biafran to stand tall. Bring all your money and support the Biafran Liberation Army. It is your right. Your right is seen in international law under Article 1, Paragraph 2, Charter of the United Nations, under Article 20 of African Union Charter, and of what you call the constitutional law. Let Biafran people understand that Nwabeke has reached our territory. There are things I'm supposed to say, but I will not say it public. Let the Prime Minister say it at the given time. And
Yes,
I thank you, Ada Biafra from Chicago. Let us go forward.
Thank
There
you.
is no shaking.
Ndewo.
See
Prof.
you later.
Thank you. Academic kindness. That's what a wonderful contribution from there. Biafrans, focus on the rising sun. We are focusing on the rising sun. Keep sharing. This is our game. We are on it. We must restore Biafra. This is our government. This is our Biafra. This is our land. This is our territory. You cannot come out from Hamas or wherever you come and you think we will allow you to stay and tie our people. No. No, Biafrans. Take the bull by the horn. This is our freedom. Yes, it is our freedom. You that is in Canada, in Europe, in Asia, in everywhere, enjoying the freedom of other people, but you are denying your people freedom back home because you want to be some bezega quarter. Yes, you know you, I'm talking to you. All those things you are enjoying there, so you don't want people back home to enjoy it. You don't want to bring that Europe back home. You don't want to bring that America back home. You don't want to bring that Asia back home. Let me end it there. Go to www.ipobinusa.org/donate. Buy granite for our boys. And Okike will bless you. God bless Nnamdi Kanu, our prime. Hey! Our prime minister, our gallant men, our leader, Atana Alfu, Mayadiba. God bless you, Mother. God bless the gallant men. God bless Biafrans back home, back home, back home. You are my strength. Without you, we are nobody. We can't do this without back home. We cannot do this without people back home. You are our strength. They went to Eke market. Did you know the name of the market? Obiageri? Obiageriak. That is where you wear that you were wearing that nonsense uniform to go and be dancing in our market. You're already a mad person. You don't know what it means to go to market and dance. You need to ask questions. If you are mad, your people don't allow you to go to market, but you took yourself to the market. Your own has finished. If you have your brother, you saw their video yesterday, you saw their faces yesterday. Go and use chain on that person. Ebon or the very far. Indigenous people of Biafra means any indigenous people from Igbo land, Delta, anything, Parakot, anywhere you call yourself. We are all indigenous people of Biafra. Lower Benue, Kogi, go and support. Plateau, I will end it by this. This is the kind of voice note I want to be having in my program. This is the only type of voice note you will be sending for people that have my phone number. Don't send me anything if it is not something that will motivate others. I need people to speak their dialect to encourage others. So support freedom Biafra. Making sure that they concerning this Biafra, they support one. Because the day, okay, so the day when it is way, I'm going to get some of them, and Bono, I met one. Yan is okay, Kabano. They pay Sirene, and Nema, or any lecture.
Okay, we met to everybody from one family to each other. Okay, touch every guy channel. I took one of them many of them. Here, we come out on the game. Dodoni, we on yone. Support Tony, Biafra, and Game where I can these people who made any real believe who Ibuya, Dodoni.
Noria, ya gazie na ụmụnne m. From here, from me, is good morning. Ya gazie. I love you guys. Onyenu ya kara nwanne ya. Share it widely. Follow our new page, Obi Biafra Chicago. And if you need the link for voting, don't hesitate to talk to Information Minister or me or anybody. I love you guys. Keep voting. Hashtag Free Biafra. Hashtag Stop Hamas.